What are the common foods that are killing your dog? Our furry best friends have plenty of ways to charm us. Can you imagine those big, round, and pleading eyes that melt your heart? Those gentle paws accompanied by those irresistible eyes? Your little treat-seeking shadow, never leaving your side and performing any trick they know in the hopes of a reward? Or sometimes simply being their adorable selves, enough to make us cave and give them a treat? Hi everyone. If you have a furry best friend at home, then there are a few things you need to know about keeping them safe. In today's video, we're going to talk about some common foods that seem harmless to us, but can be really dangerous to our dogs. Let's dig into the science behind why these tasty foods are best left out of your dog's diet. Number 1. Chocolates. Let's face it, most dogs have those big puppy dog eyes that could melt even the coldest heart. When we're munching on something tasty like chocolate, it's hard to resist their adorable begging. But here's why you should never share this sweet treat with your furry friend. Chocolate contains a chemical called theobromine. Think of it as chocolate's secret toxic weapon. Humans can process it quickly, but dogs' bodies work way slower. This means theobromine stays in a dog's system for much longer, building up to dangerous levels. The danger depends on a few things. 1. Size matters. A tiny piece of chocolate might be harmless to a giant Great Dane, but it could be serious for a little Chihuahua. 2. Chocolate type. Dark and baking chocolates pack the worst punch, while milk chocolate is less risky. So giving your dogs chocolate can result to vomiting, diarrhea, restlessness, crazy thirst, increased peeing, faster heartbeat, seizures, or even death. Number 2. Macadamia nuts. These tasty nuts are a healthy snack for humans, thanks to their wealth of healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. While safe for humans, macadamia nuts disrupt the dog's nervous system, how the brain controls the body, and the digestive system. In mild cases, dogs may have an upset stomach, vomiting, or seem weak and wobbly, especially in the back legs. In severe cases, dogs can experience tremors, fever, and an inability to walk. So while you're enjoying a handful of these delicious nuts, be sure to keep them stored safely away from your curious canine companion. Number 3. Grapes and raisins. Grapes and raisins seem innocent, right? Wrong. These sweet snacks are like poison to our furry friends. Grapes or raisins can cause kidney catastrophe to your dogs. Even a tiny handful of these can send your dog's kidneys into a tailspin. It's like those tiny fruit pieces clog up the filters meant to keep a dog's body running smoothly. At first, your dog might throw up or get diarrhea just a few hours after munching on those grapes. But then, they become super lethargic, quiet, and maybe even shaky. The worst part? Their kidneys might stop producing urine completely. That means waste products that should leave the body get stuck, making your dog very, very sick. Number 4. Apple cores and fruit pits. Apple cores and the pits of peaches, apricots, and cherries contain a small amount of a substance called amygdalin. Now, amygdalin itself isn't particularly harmful. However, when it's crushed or chewed, it breaks down into cyanide. Cyanide is a powerful toxin that disrupts the body's ability to use oxygen, which is vital for every cell. The good news is that the amount of cyanide in these pits is usually quite low. A few nibbles on a core or pit likely won't cause any problems. However, the danger zone comes in when a dog eats a huge quantity of pits or cores, especially for smaller dogs. If your dog does ingest a significant amount of pits or cores, watch out for signs such as vomiting, diarrhea, difficulty breathing, dilated pupils, weakness, lethargy, and seizures in severe cases. So core your apples and other stone fruits before offering them to your dog, and dispose of cores and pits securely in a trash can with a lid. Number 5. Avocados. While avocados might be a delicious and healthy treat for us humans, they are a big no-no for our furry friends. Avocados have a special substance called persin. It's a fungicidal toxin that acts like a poison to dogs. Persin is found in the avocado's leaves, skin, pit, and even the yummy fruit part. While not usually deadly, it can mess with your dog's tummy, with vomiting and diarrhea. Not fun at all. Other symptoms include breathing trouble. In some cases, fluid can build up around the heart and lungs, making it hard to breathe. Pancreatitis. The high fat content in avocados can inflame the pancreas, an important digestive organ. Choking or blockage, the big pit can get stuck in the throat or intestines, which is a whole other emergency. Likewise, watch out for guacamole. That tasty dip is made from avocados, so even a tiny bit that fell on the floor could be bad news. Number 6. Garlic and onions. Garlic and onions are members of the allium plant family and contain a substance called thiosulfate. Humans can process thiosulfate just fine, but our canine friends can't. Think of your dog's red blood cells like tiny delivery trucks. They carry oxygen all over your dog's body to keep it healthy. Thiosulfates are like little ninjas for a dog's body. They mess with the red blood cells and trick the dog's body into thinking these cells are old or damaged. The body then destroys its own red blood cells. Imagine those little delivery trucks exploding. When this happens, the dog cannot carry enough oxygen around its body. When eaten, dogs may have an upset stomach, throw up, or have diarrhea. They'll feel really weak, tired, and wobbly because their body can't get enough oxygen. Their heart will beat faster to try and pump more oxygen around. They might even have trouble breathing. Look out for pale gums or their pee turning reddish-brown. Sometimes these signs don't show up for a few days. So even if your dog seems fine at first, something bad could still be happening on the inside. These vegetables can be hidden in a lot of tasty food for humans. So don't let your dog lick plates or eat table scraps. Number 7. Xylitol. Xylitol is a sugar-free sweetener commonly found in foods like chewing gum, peanut butter, baked goods, and even toothpaste. It's great for humans, but it's a major health hazard for dogs. Dogs' bodies mistake xylitol for real sugar. This triggers a massive release of insulin, a hormone that controls blood sugar levels. All that extra insulin causes a dog's blood sugar to plummet dangerously low. Xylitol can also cause severe liver damage in dogs that can lead to liver failure. If you think your dog have eaten xylitol, watch out for any symptoms such as vomiting, weakness, and loss of coordination. Later signs include seizures, coma, signs of liver damage like yellowing of the eyes or gums. Number 8. Cooked bones. Sure, those cooked bones might smell delicious to your pup, but would you still give them a nibble if you knew the dangers? When bones are cooked, they become dry and brittle. Unlike raw bones, which are a bit softer, cooked bones easily break into sharp splinters. Imagine tiny dangerous shards of glass. These sharp splinters can cause lots of problems such as cuts in the mouth, tongue, or throat. It can also cause broken teeth, choking, because the splinters get stuck. Likewise, it can damage the stomach and intestines as the splinters can poke holes. If a dog swallows bigger pieces, they can get stuck on the way out, causing constipation or even totally blocking things up. So stick to the safe stuff and keep your dog's tail wagging with happy and healthy chewing. Number 9. Raw meat and eggs. While some pet owners believe raw food diets are more natural for dogs, there are some significant health risks to consider. Dogs can't always handle the bacteria that live on raw meat and eggs, like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. These bacteria can cause foodborne illnesses in dogs, leading to vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, and dehydration. Additionally, raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which can interfere with a dog's ability to absorb biotin, a B vitamin, important for healthy skin and coat. A raw food diet may not provide all the essential vitamins and minerals your dog needs to stay healthy. So to keep your dog safe, stick to a balanced dog food recommended by your vet. Number 10. Fatty meats. Why fatty meats spell trouble? The pancreas is a key organ that produces enzymes to digest food. Fatty stuff, like those tasty steak trimmings or leftover bacon, can overload the pancreas. This can cause a painful and dangerous inflammation called pancreatitis. Fatty meats are harder for dogs to digest, and as a result can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and a dog in serious discomfort. Just like for humans, too many fatty snacks can lead to obesity in dogs. This opens a whole can of worms, breathing problems, diabetes, joint pain, none of which are good news. While a tiny sliver of cooked meat occasionally might be okay as a treat, It's much healthier to stick to dog-specific treats and a fresh, balanced diet made just for canines. This keeps your best furry friend happy, healthy, and by your side for many years to come. Number 11. Salty foods. Our furry friends love to share snacks with us, but when it comes to salty foods like chips, popcorn, or pretzels, it's best to keep those to ourselves. High amounts of salt make dogs incredibly thirsty. Since they don't understand why they feel so weird, they'll drink lots as their body struggles to flush out the extra salt. Not having enough fresh water makes this a whole lot worse. Think about when you eat a huge bag of chips. You don't feel great afterwards. Dogs are similar. At first, they might get an upset stomach, maybe throwing up or having diarrhea. In extreme cases, too much salt leads to something called sodium ion poisoning. This is when their cells become damaged as the body desperately tries to regain balance. Your dog might get very clumsy, confused, have tremors, or even seizures. Number 12. Caffeine. We all love a good pick-me-up with coffee, tea, or soda. But what about our furry friends? Unfortunately, caffeine is a big no-no for dogs. Coffee, tea, and even some sodas contain caffeine, but it's not the only problem. They also have something called methylxanthine. Think of it as a supercharged version of caffeine for dogs. Why dogs can't handle it? Unlike humans, dogs break down methylxanthine much slower. This means it builds up in their system to much higher levels, causing a whole host of issues and complications. If a dog got a caffeinated buzz, it can experience hyperactivity and restlessness, vomiting and diarrhea, fast heart rate and panting as their heart is working overtime trying to keep up, tremors and seizures, and high body temperature. This can be dangerous and can lead to organ damage. So keep all caffeinated drinks out of reach and store them securely. Number 13. Milk and dairy products. Have you ever seen those adorable videos of puppies lapping up a bowl of milk? While it might seem cute, milk and other dairy products aren't actually the best choice for your furry friend. Most adult dogs, just like most humans, are lactose intolerant. This means their bodies lack enough of an enzyme called lactase, which is needed to break down lactose, the sugar found in milk. When your dog drinks milk, the undigested lactose ends up in their intestines. There, it ferments, causing an imbalance in the gut bacteria. This imbalance leads to some familiar problems such as upset stomach. Your dog might experience vomiting, diarrhea, and gas. Dehydration. Vomiting and diarrhea can quickly dehydrate your dog. Discomfort. Belly aches and bloating are no fun for anyone, including your pup. So remember, milk and dairy products aren't a necessary part of your dog's diet. By sticking to water and dog-approved treats, you can keep your furry friend happy and healthy. Number 14. Alcohol. Humans can handle alcohol, of course in moderation, but for our furry friends, it's a big no-no. A dog's liver is not equipped to break down alcohol the same way a human's is. Dogs' livers struggle, causing the alcohol to stay in their system longer and do more damage. Alcohol messes with your dog's blood sugar levels, causing it to drop dangerously low. This can lead to weakness, seizures, and even collapse. Alcohol acts as a depressant, meaning it slows down your dog's brain and body. Think of how a human gets drunk. Dogs experience this much more rapidly and severely. This can lead to difficulty walking and coordination problems, vomiting and diarrhea, extreme sleepiness, slowed breathing and heart rate, and coma. Always store alcohol such as drinks, food, and cleaning products out of reach. Supervise your dog around parties or social gatherings with alcohol and dispose of food scraps properly. Number 15. Yeast dough. Yeast dough is a double whammy of danger for your furry friends. When your dog eats unbaked dough, the warm and moist environment of their stomach is like a perfect party for the yeast. It continues to rise, expanding the dough and stretching their stomach. This is incredibly painful and can lead to a serious emergency called bloat, where the stomach can get so distended it twists on itself. Bloat can cut off blood supply and be fatal. As the yeast in the dough gobbles up sugar, it doesn't just make the dough rise, it also produces alcohol, like the kind in beer and wine. This alcohol gets absorbed into your dog's bloodstream, causing alcohol poisoning. This can lead to low blood sugar, dangerous drops in body temperature, seizures, trouble breathing, and can even cause death. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you're not sure whether something is safe for your dog, always err on the side of caution and talk to your vet. A simple phone call can keep your best friend happy, healthy, and by your side for a long time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll always be the first to know when a new video drops. Thanks for watching.